Radio Show, Donovan Sadiq, and guess who is with me today? It is Maxon.
On time.
No, not even on time.
Early.
She was early. She was actually early. It is January 11th, 2017, you guys. It is the weather is clearing up. The storm has passed. And we are on the radio. Please join us in the chat room if you guys want to chat it up. A lot of stuff happening this year. I just got back from a basketball game, Max, and my Moval Lakers 8-year-olds won again. So we are now 4-1, I believe, is our record. And
how do you feel?
Oh my God, I feel great. I'm an assistant coach because I
you don't work for the school.
Well, no. This is actually rec.
Oh,
rec basketball, okay. And so I teach fundamentals, and I didn't sign up enough because I was in the political world, so I didn't get a chance to sign up to become a coach. But I'm going to do that next time. But I love teaching fundamentals and teaching the kids, how to play basic defense, because when they get a certain age, they're uncoachable.
Yes.
And as you know, you got these single moms out there raising these young boys or girls, whatever. And here's the sad thing: I love coaching girls. I love coaching girls because girls listen and they work together. Where boys are like, "Oh, I'm Michael Jordan. I'm such and such and such and such," and they're really not. And then you see their mom bring them, got the gear on, and they look the part, but they suck ass. I'm serious. I mean, and you don't want to say nothing.
Even though they're young, like, you can't be that bad when you're young.
Well,
right?
Yeah, you can't.
Or not good. I mean,
well, no, you could be good, but you could be bad because at that stage, if you don't know your fundamentals, it's like learning math, and you didn't learn 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2. By the time you get to algebra, you're screwed.
That's me.
And that was me too. So. Flashcards, they gave us the flashcards and stuff like that. But and a nice group of kids. But the way I coach, I want to make sure all the kids play. And you've got these teams at the rec thing where like 1 or 2 players, and that's their team. The other three people are standing around, whatever. I always coach to make sure everybody plays. And I talk to the parents and I say, hey, I want them to work on this, or I want them to work on that. And because if I was a parent looking at, my kid, they might not be aggressive.
Right.
But I'm paid $100 and I'm watching my kid sit the bench.
Right.
And that's unfair to the parent as well as to the child. It's like, what do you teach?
Everyone should be able to play at that.
Right. Well, the thing is, kids do play, but if you aren't teaching them nothing in practice, they go on the court, and that's my cat in her scratch pad. She loves messing up my radio show.
I thought we were about to die.
Yeah, but these kids go on the court. You can go on the court and just stand there because all the other kids are doing all the playing.
Oh,
they just stand there.
Well, hopefully they get a picture for their Instagram.
Yeah, something.
Know?
Well, you've got the parents
I literally
live.
Dressed up today so I could be cute on my Instagram at JustMaxon, JustMaxin. Even though the likes weren't that high, I felt really cute today.
No, again, fellas, she is in a, I don't know what it is you would call it. Is it a relationship or? Well, what do you call that? I mean, how could a young man be down with Maxon?
This moment in time?
At this very moment in time.
Well, you got to be better than the North Side, okay? And he's serving life. Okay. So that's probably one of the reasons I won't just walk away from this sticky situation.
Okay.
But, I like people who are fun. Contrary to popular belief, yes, I do Herbalife. Yes, I'm a college grad. Yes, I love to go out. Clubbing is a thing for me. I enjoy it. So you have to want to go out. I like people I like mellow guys, but then I also like stars. Like, if we can both be stars together and we can shine together, that's great. But for the most part, prior to my situation right now, I've only dated mellow men who are really okay with being in the background and allowing me to shine. Well, you date me.
Well, see, that's not true because we haven't dated. We haven't dated. So what are you talking about?
When I get single, Don's the first person I'm going on a date with.
All right, you heard it right here. I'm telling you, all you young guys out there, I do not understand how you can see these beautiful young ladies running around here single. It doesn't make any sense to me. And educated.
Right. Well, the issue is and I don't have super high standards now. My sister,
my
sister has crazy high standards, and I just look at her and admire her because she will not drop them. But for me, I'm willing to deal with someone who maybe has a love of a car, or I know it's so bad. It's so bad. And I'm really trying to get out of that.
You guys, look, that sounds so crazy to me, Max, because look, I just invited Max to go to Peking, China and Okinawa, Japan with me, and she turned me down flat. No, can you believe that?
No, that's flat. No, it wasn't flat. I told you I'm waiting to hear back. 15 days from Delta. 15 days.
Hey, I gotta try.
You know, like, I'm really into, like, who the person is. So, if you're a good guy, you're a good guy at the core of all of it. Good
guys finish last. Trust me, I know.
They don't. It's not like they finish last. And, you know, the guy that I'm with right now, he's not a super fit king, I like to call him.
But he's an entrepreneur.
He is an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Definitely. I love a hustler.
Okay.
And I love a neck tack.
I used to be a thug back in my younger days.
I'm a sucker for a thug. Like, I used to tell my mom all the time, I love YG, and I'd walk around with my little red bandana.
Okay, right on.
You know, so I love a hustler, like someone who's...
You know I'm from Linwood, so I'm from South Central. Okay, I used to live in Linwood.
You know, like...
When I was 2 years old.
And I like people who are honest. Honesty is the best policy for me. I'd rather deal with someone who's like, yo, I'm a hoe. Right. And this is what I like to get down with. Are you willing to get down with me?
But I've told you that several times, and I still haven't had a chance.
Donovan, here's the deal. Let me just clear the air here, guys. Donovan told me when we first met, number one, I shouldn't even date older men, and he's older. And number two, he told me he wasn't even interested in me, which I guess was a semi-lie. It was only he wasn't interested during political season.
Well, wait.
So then I crossed Donovan out of my head. I don't even look at him like that.
Wait. See, she's not telling the whole story. The whole story is this. When I met Max, we were on the radio show out in front of Starbucks, and I see this girl jump out of her car and say, "What the hell are you guys doing?" Right? Now, you know, she's got her sweats on and stuff. I'm thinking, man, this girl's, you know, I don't know if she's crazy or she's going to care to shoot me or what's going on, you know? So I didn't know what was happening. And, you know, I'm just like, oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, we're doing a radio show. Come on. And the rest they say is history, you know? Hey, what am I supposed to say? I mean,
you know, yeah. So I just completely icked Donovan out of my head. Like, and once I get to like an ixnay part, it's hard for me to like bring it back. You know, because especially because it's like, you shouldn't date older men. And I'm like, you're fucking older.
Yeah, I mean, older men that ain't got stuff to happen. Okay, got stuff going for themselves.
Here's still like, I've always dated older men. Like, as soon as I turned 18, I'm like, 35. Where is it at? Like, where?
Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you call me? I wasn't 35. But
my friends think it's so weird. Like, why?
Well, I will tell you this: if your mother wasn't married, oh my God, that woman has curves. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable.
He loves her. Like, he comes to the house just to see her. He's like, ooh, I'm a Max.
Yes, I want to shake your dad's hand.
That is so funny.
I really do. I really do.
And you know what's so funny? Like, first off, my mom has these crazy huge breasts, right? We call her Queen Titty. You know,
curves.
Tits mom, mama tits, like everything's about breast, right? And she can't even cover them. Like, even when she went to, my mom's lost 45 pounds on her nutrition program and still has these ginormous breasts, you know? And so when North saw her, he was like,
I want that.
Like, he was like, why are you getting skinny? We could look like that.
Didn't I tell you?
Like, oh my God.
Didn't I tell you? You're good at 160.
And it's just so funny because I'm always like, my screen name used to be Double D Beauty. Oh my God, I have a picture. I'll show it to you.
Yes, you got to show it to me.
I'll show it to you. And like, people used to know me as like the girl with the big boobs. And it's so funny, like, as soon as I dropped the body fat, breast where? Where did the breasts go?
To your legs.
Right. Like, they were just gone. So then I had to learn how to like cope with that because I love a deep V-neck. Right. I love having like right above nipple in the pictures.
Sure.
You know, like
whatever you young people are into.
There's actually a picture posted and like 20 people text messaged me like, your nipple's out online. But it wasn't my nipple.
I have
it was
that
a
picture.
shadow.
I use it as my screen. I have
it was a shadow, you know, and then like people don't even know I'm so okay with nudity. And I'm like, even if it was a nipple. Okay.
Well, if that's the case, I don't have one picture.
Not one new picture.
So,
oh my God. You have a foggy one.
Okay. Yeah. But I can't see anything.
Yeah, no. It's just a nice leg.
But no, we're at the Hot Seat Radio Show, and like I said, I love talking to Max. She's going to be with us for a limited time because she is on the move. And I want to talk about your recent interview.
Yes.
How did that go?
It was great. So I promised Delta I wouldn't share too much, right? Because they want the interview process to be authentic and not give anyone a leg up. But what I will say is over 100,000 people applied for this job.
How many openings, may I ask?
They don't tell you,
okay.
right? But they always hire more than
they have a constant flow because of retirements.
People fall out of training.
Yeah,
they don't make it through the training.
Yeah, 15 class of 22 and maybe 13 make it.
Right. So, I was totally prepared for a drug test because I have a friend who referred me for the job.
Are you into nose candy? Is that what it is? You're in nose candy?
No, is that what they call it?
Well, back in my day, in the 70s, it was called nose candy.
No, I'm more of a herbal girl.
Okay.
Right,
okay.
but
from
the earth. As soon as I found out that I was getting this face-to-face interview, I stopped. Okay. And actually, I've made the decision just to not. Because, like, sidebar, the only reason I started smoking is because I like to take on what my partners do.
Sure.
And I dated 3 smokers back to back to back. And, it was just like blunt after blunt after blunt.
I don't understand that. I don't do any drugs.
Oh, my mom would do.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, like, it was so funny, too, because growing up, I was just like, drugs are for stupid people. Because that's what my parents taught me. And then when I got to college, and I realized, like, oh, no, you can be successful and hit a blunt. Like, what's really good? And then, like, I still wasn't a smoker. And then I dated Johnny, 2012. And he was a smoker. And since then I was dabbling in herbal festivities. But anyways, so Delta, I got flown out.
Wait. No. First of all, you flew out there.
Yes.
Got to the hotel. You immediately went to Magic City and jumped on the pole.
You know what? Old Alicia totally would have been out partying.
At the strip club.
Right. Oh, right. King of Diamonds?
Yeah, no. They have Magic City and Gold Key.
See, look.
I know that. I used to be at Dobbins Air Force Base, and we used to go there after we fly, and we would go down there and have a few drinks because the girls were running around naked already.
Oh, I love it.
So we didn't have to tip them.
I love naked women.
Yeah, they would come up and be like, would you like a lap dance? What the hell for? You naked.
But here's the deal. Like, I think I kind of coped with the stress of, like, being worried and whatnot by sleeping. Because I slept a lot.
Do you have a lot of anxiety going through there?
Yeah, here's the deal. I was semi-worried about the drug test just because I had smoked. Not heavily. I had stopped really smoking in October. But, a blunt here, a toke here, whatever. So, I was worried about the drug test. But I had my 2 detox bottles and my whole gallon of cranberry juice. My 2 gallons of water, so the fluids was popping.
Right.
But also, like, I think subconscious...
Next time, let me know, and I'll pay. I will have you pay me for my urine.
You know what? I had my sister pee for my drug test for my last job.
Okay, good.
Right?
Good.
So it was so crazy. I had to, like, and I had to heat it up. Like, I Googled this mess. Like, like, how do I pass a drug test? It was so crazy. And my mom was like, how'd you pass your drug test? She might find out now because somebody might sell her.
Okay, well, for this job, we didn't give Max a drug test, but I think we're going to have to stop.
I'm drug-free now, guys. Like, I could totally be an advocate for DARE, but, like, I think subconsciously I was extremely nervous just because I want this.
Right.
And so, I got there and they fly you out. First off, I've only been flying Southwest. Broke college student, now grad, right? These Delta planes are legit.
They have different models.
Yes.
So it isn't just a 37.
No, I was on like a really, really nice one.
You were probably
and then
on a 757.
I was on a regular one. I was like, wow. Then I got to see the difference between like first class and economy and like really the difference because when Southwest is like book at the $500 versus the $200 ticket. The only difference is you get to walk on first and you like get to
and that's the only difference. But see, Southwest is smart because you have one airframe, which means like when I was a pilot, I was airlift. So you had C5s, and these are different simulators and different motions. Like it's like driving your car versus a truck. Okay. And your crews are only trained to do that, which costs a lot more money. Okay. So Southwest only has one airframe. Yeah. So all their crews are trained on one.
Right, because all the planes look the same. Right. Some of them are just bigger.
No, they may be longer, but it's still the same airplane. Yeah. That keeps the cost down.
Okay, well, let me tell you, Delta had plugs, like by the seats, like pillows, and I was like, and the cookies, guys, the cookies are so good. Like, wow! Anyway, so I was super excited just to like be in the traveling there to be able to see what my future would look like, you know, and the customer service that I was handed, and like just really feeling really, really well taken care of. So I check into the Westin. I'm feeling like real sexy because I'm staying at the Westin. You know, Kanye West mentioned that in a couple of songs, so I think I'm in. And immediately I get to the room and I like crash, and I wake up and I'm like drowsy, and I crash, and I wake up and I'm drowsy. So the next day I start to get ready. Think I forgot my makeup bag.
Early in the morning.
Well, interview wasn't until 12:30.
Okay.
So I was able to like sleep in, right? Because all I was doing was sleeping.
Right.
So I slept until 9. Wish I would have woke up earlier, kind of just like, you know, like just browse and then also just to refresh myself and like feel really, really good, you know? But got ready and I wore a blue pinstripe suit with a nice white collar. Yeah, I have a really nice picture.
Business.
Yes, business attire. And I head to the interview and I'm one of the first out of 20. So 55 of us who interviewed all together, and we're in this room, and like I get the conversation going. You know, I'm like, okay.
Did you have to bring a resume, maybe?
No,
they've already done that.
We've already done that. So this is the third interview, and 100,000 people applied for this job, and maybe 500 of us were flown out. Maybe, and I'm really kind of ballparking that because I know the interview dates that they had, and if they had like 20 to 50 people per interview date, like. High tops 500. Okay. So really, I was talking to a friend and he was like, it's really just if you don't mess up, then you get it. But I'm like, oh God, I hope I didn't mess up. So we get there and, you're checking out the different looks of the people and,
the perky attitudes.
Right. There's a couple of perky people. There's, of course, gay men. There's,
hi, I'm bad.
And let me tell you, the gay men were just amazing. I forgot to get Gerard's Instagram. Wish I would have got his Instagram because he was amazing. But, there was like maybe 5 black people in the room, maybe 3 Mexican people in the room. The rest were white, of course. But,
and that's really sad that you bring that up because we're always going to be a minority in that aeronautics. You're going to be in a minority. Even when I was in the Air Force as a operations officer, pilot, whatever, there's 150 of us in the unit. Out of 150, there's only 3 blacks. At the most, or 4 blacks. You know what I mean? So, and it's sad because when I was growing up, when you had to travel in the United States, like there's a funeral, everybody got on the bus. Because, back in the day, flying was a privilege.
Expensive.
It was a privilege. It wasn't expensive. It was a privilege.
Oh.
But it was expensive to us because we didn't have no money.
Right.
Okay? Because when you used to get on the airplane, people used to dress up.
Right.
Now they're coming in flip-flops with thanks to Southwest.
I totally travel in sweat.
So for us, a lot of us don't even think about going into the aeronautics industry because Uncle Rufus is saying, oh, do this and do that, and it's a whole world out there that you can be. I mean, I tell people. He wants
me to be a pilot so bad, guys.
You need to be. You need to be. Yeah. Why not?
Because I could barely drive. Okay. Really, see, I don't even know if I could pass the vision test.
Yeah, well,
Let me tell you, this is a +4 and a +5.
Yeah, no, but you can still be an operations officer.
Right.
So
if it pays, look, I'm
really... Operation officer makes as much as a pilot, and you don't have to have a pilot's license.
Okay, God, I'm like 6 figures.
Like right now, you can apply to be an operations officer and get hired in Ontario if they have an opening over there. You just got to know and understand what they teach you.
Oh, well, shoot, I can read a book and I can listen.
Exactly. You're a college graduate. Exactly.
College grad.
And because you have a bachelor's degree, you are in the mix to compete.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. It's so crazy because I'm like really starting to really look for jobs, even though, okay, so Delta. So we get there. There's this one girl, she looks like a Disney princess. She's so beautiful, like so beautiful. She's got a red sweater on with her navy blue skirt, and she's this like black fur jacket, and she's like just so beautiful. Now she looks a little older, but she's still popping. Like literally when she walked in the room, like it was crazy. It was so. I was like, damn, she's real sexy. Yes, like it was crazy. And so, she's got a little Southern accent, and now we're all like talking, joking, like everyone's getting to know one another. They take us up to the room, they separate us into groups, and then we do like the whole thing is really the interview, right? Like
gotcha.
The whole thing. They're watching you the entire time. There's 25 different, flight attendants in there and HR people.
And they're telling you how great it is.
Right,
and what to expect.
All these things. I learned that Delta started from a sharecropster that
in
delivered,
the 1920s
delivered mail, and now it's this huge line and all that good stuff. So,
recent mergers.
Right, yes, all the mergers, right? And so they were really proud of that. They're doing pay increases starting at the beginning of this year. They did a pay increase. And then
$14 to $14.50.
I have paperwork, so, and then they're like, you tap out after 12 years, you can't get paid anymore, but it's like $60 an hour. Like, what? Yes. So there's a lot of people who stay a long time.
That's why you got these bags that are, they started in the 70s with the go-go boots.
There's a lot of old flight attendants.
Yes.
I'm like, oh.
And you can't fire them anymore really because it's discrimination.
Right, but what's really good, because I want someone sexy serving me. And maybe, disclaimer, sorry if that offends anybody, I like to look at good-looking people.
Yeah, absolutely.
The tilted kilt, keep hiring them sexy girls because I want to see that.
Yeah, I took my nephew there Saturday.
Yes,
great.
I'm all for it. Like I'm about that. But you know, like I want to be a sexy woman,
right.
So you know that could be neither here nor there. But so the interview took like 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, because like I said, they're watching you the whole time, and then like you do a one-on-one, and like you do all sorts of different things, and they take different pictures of you because you can't have any tattoos, and they ask you if you do have tattoos. I do have a tattoo on the back of my shoulder.
But as long as you could cover it up.
Right, I can completely cover it.
But do you see how? I know you people that out there that are young listening to thinking, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's no big deal. I'm young. I'll live forever. But when you're ready to make a career and work in the corporate world or for a corporation, that tattoo you have on your face and the one on your neck,
not gonna work.
I mean, you could be the best
but I love
person.
A neck tattoo.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you make that $60 an hour, that could be the difference between getting that job and not getting that.
Yeah, my parents were very big. Actually, I went behind my mother's back and got my first tattoo, and they don't even know. Is
that your tramp stamp?
No, I don't have a tramp stamp.
Well, can I check and verify that?
Yes, shut up. No, I have one on my shoulder. It says "Be Spectacular," which is like a motto for my life, motto for life. And then I have one on my hip, and it says "Reset, Refresh" with my symbol.
Okay, don't tell me any more tattoos because I want to find out for my.
Let me tell you, there's like literally like one picture on the internet that kind of glimmers that I have a tattoo, but since my mother follows me on Instagram, I definitely put a date. I put a date over it, you know, because my family hates tattoos. Nobody's a fan.
Well, you know, I'm going to say this, and I'm telling you, young guy, I just don't understand it. Beautiful girl, educated, beautiful chocolate skin. I mean, just
it's because you know chocolate doesn't get love like that anymore.
Please, my grandmother was blurful.
I know,
blurful. Okay,
it's like a acquired taste.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, even though I think we're kind of coming back around because Gabrielle Union's popping and whatnot.
No. Wesley Snipes is going to make a comeback. Wesley's going to make a comeback. But go ahead.
But yes, so that you know they just make sure you don't have any tattoos, and then I had a lot of pretzels and water. It was so good, and then you know I left feeling confident about like the whole entire group. Situation, but the one-on-one interview I'm feeling a little iffy about. So literally anytime someone asks me, I instantly get nauseous. I have 15 days of waiting, now 14 because today was day 1.
Counting.
And so regardless of whatever happens, I'm appreciative of the experience. You know, and I would be even more appreciative if I have 8 weeks of trip in Atlanta.
Yes.
But you know, no
but
matter
remember,
what.
When you go to Atlanta, you got to take care of business because people wash out. Half the class washes out.
Right. But, you know, like, here's the deal. Like, once you put me somewhere,
yeah.
I am a show off. Like, I want to be the best, which is why I always promote, which is why I was, you know, a shift lead at Starbucks. I was a shift lead at John's Incredible. Shout out to John's. I hate you guys as a company because you guys are horrible. But, you know, hey, I'd still go back there and make $200 a week in tips. Like, I still think about it. Like,
Yeah, wait, you were that girl that was doing the extra
birthday party host.
Right.
Well, you know, I wasn't showing no breasts, but I was making the Ninja Turtle balloons for the tips. You know, I was like remembering every single person's name in the room for the tips. Like an hour and 45-minute party, and your party host remembers 30 people's names. Right. Parents and children. What? Give me my $20 tip. Run it because I earned it.
So let me ask you this: you're a recent graduate. You've got your graduate now. This is your first thing because now you're thinking about a career.
Yeah.
If you had to give advice to somebody who is a recent graduate as yourself, you know, which direction are you going in? I mean, I know you're out there getting it.
Yes.
But as that experience, did it wake you up from like, wow, now I've really got to be serious about what I'm doing moving forward? Or are you going to still be like, oh, I'm just kind of trying to find myself?
Hell no. I'm like all guns in. Actually, next week I'm going hardcore with the job applications. But like my one tip of advice would be go in person and network, right? Because if you don't, then you're in a situation such as me, like a high rate degree.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. Great writer, by the way. Great writer, by the way. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Right. You know, like on topics that I love, I can definitely, like, I love talking about myself in my life. I've always been like that.
I think it's very interesting.
My mother tells me that I'm an oversharer, but I really could give no fucks. Sorry for the bad word, but I don't care.
On the internet.
I don't care what you think. You know, like I literally make decisions and I'm fully aware of the decisions I'm making. So if you don't agree with me, you want to look down upon me for them, whatever. Like, I could care less, you know? But I do care what my parents think. So I try to keep a filter on myself now. And especially since I have a business that I run online, I can no longer, you know, just freely talk about things that I used to talk about when my screen name was Double D Beauty or Specky Becky, or, you know, I want to get ratchet, which is still my Snapchat. See sexy selfies, you can go to Snapchat. I want to get ratchet. WANA ratchet.
Okay, look, you need to send me those directly. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
You know, there's a lot of times where I'm just feeling sexy. Like today, literally, I woke up dressed and I was like, I want to wear fishnets. It's raining outside.
She's wearing it. Trust me, I'm the observer.
I'll be at the S Bar tonight. You know, it's karaoke night, date night. But come out, meet him. He's so funny.
No, I'd probably beat him up.
No, he's so funny. You'd probably be like, okay, I get it. Like, he's dope. You know, but I go to the S Bar frequently. So, you know, if you see me there, just say hi. Like, I heard you on the radio, because that would be excellent, because no one's ever told me that they've heard me. I woke up this morning and I was like, I feel sexy. Like, I don't want to be bummy and sweats and whatnot. So I put on a half top and a mini skirt. And
you know what? Remind me, I keep forgetting to share the radio feed on your page on Facebook.
Oh, on my page?
Yeah, I keep forgetting to do
You know,
that.
it's okay, because share it. Share it.
Well, now, especially this one, because this is mostly you.
This is mostly me, right? People, I don't know if I would. You know, it's so funny because I feel like I live like different lives.
Sybil. We'll call you Sybil. Multiple personality.
Yes, I really do have multiple. That's why, you know, when I was younger, my nickname was Specky, or Spectacular.
Okay.
And I went by Tommy as a Bombi for a little bit. And Max really came out of my Instagram name, which came from people saying I was extra, which I don't really think I'm extra myself, just because it would take you a lot of energy to be me. This is simple. Like, I roll out of bed and do this. You know what I mean? So I was just Maxing.
I just wish I was young.
You know, so Just Maxing came about, and then we shorted it down to Max, and then it went to like people try to call me Maxine. I hate that. If you see me out in public, do not call me Maxine, because that's my name. It's not short for Maxine at all whatsoever. There's no Maxine in my name at all.
Gotcha.
But you know, like, you know, I love the personalities, and I can flip them on and flip them off, and I can act this way in one room, and put me in a room full of white people. You can put me in a room full of black people.
My mind is going 1,000 things.
You know, you can put me in a room full of educated people. Put me in a room full of people who only know Ebonics. Like, I'm gonna mesh with whatever, just because I like energies, and I can take the frequencies and I can float with them, and I'll match you with wherever. Right.
So let me get this on your journey of career and stuff like that. I mentioned that you're a very, very good writer. I've read some of your stuff. It's very, very good. Are you inclined to? I know you're blogging.
Yes.
Are you inclined to maybe write a book, or writing this down in a journal to probably go into a book?
You know, I actually just said, we were speaking off air, you know, and I'm really thinking about just blogging every aspect of my life, and not even like for an audience, just to have it, you know, like it'll be public. Everything's public. I recently had to make my Twitter private because I have a stalker, right? But everything's public in my life. So, yes, I'm open. A lot of my friends tell me that my life could be a movie. Yeah,
it absolutely could. I mean, I'm serious. If you write that down, and it's not just that it could be a movie. I bet you a lot of young ladies could relate to some of the stuff that goes on in Max's life.
Right. Period. And a lot of it, I have to now filter my Facebook and my Instagram, because people are watching and looking for a role model. And not that I think that anything I'm doing is negative or bad or whatever.
I think it's very normal for where today.
Yes. But, you know, I have family, and they are...
You don't want to shame the family.
Die-hard Christians, okay? So...
Hypocrites. Room for one more.
Let me tell you, literally, like, my family, when we talk about Christian values and morals, they live by them. I've literally watched my mother and my father be blessed out of nowhere.
No, absolutely. The Bible says that, I wish Pastor Don was here, but the Bible says that in marriage, nothing is off limits. So you know, trust me.
Like, for instance, we bought this nice house in Orange Crest. My mother had a good paying job.
She's rich, fellas. She comes from a rich family.
My parents are rich.
She comes from a rich family.
We're not even rich. My parents are
well off.
6 figures. Okay, yes. We'll knock it at the 6 figures. I don't know where in the 6 figures.
Right.
But when my sis tried to do her fast food,
they said, "Get the hell out of here."
My mother had had to tell her how much they made. So let me tell you, my sister is very young and cute. She's 22, but she's really 16. And my mother told her their income, and she said, what? I said,
why are you applying for a FAFSA?
Right, I said, Adriana, we live in a 5-bedroom house with 4.5 bathrooms, a gas pool and jacuzzi in the back. Your dad drives a Jag. There's a Rolls Royce in the garage. Put it together, baby. You know, like, I was like, the lights never really, like, you know, sometimes my mom might miss it or whatever, but there ain't a day that goes by where there ain't heat. Food, there's food in the fridge, there's gas in all the cars. You don't have to pay your insurance. You don't have to pay rent here. Like,
are they looking for another child?
No, not at all. It's just like, what? It's so funny because her little, like, naive mind, like, how much money did you think they made? Like, our house is $400,000.
Is there any chance that I can date your sister?
You know what?
I'm
Let me tell you. My
her.
little sister is the perfect mate for anyone who's living to live a straight edge lifestyle.
Okay, that's not me.
Yeah, no, she's a 22-year-old virgin and proud of it.
No, I hate virgins. I hate them.
Quick to let a nigga know too.
Okay,
like,
I hate them.
And you're really her type because she likes them like
nerdy.
6'3", no, like 6'3" and up, like very, very like lean. You know, we like emancipated, but lean is the better word to say. You know, and she's like a voluptuous. Definitely takes off their mama Max.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, and so she's hilarious, but
they'd lock me up in a heartbeat.
Adriana would be like, he's old, but I love him.
Hey,
I pay for nothing.
No, you ain't got to put no, but put some money on my books because I'm gonna be in here for a while. Okay, so.
You know, but what was I saying? Money.
You were saying her FAFSA and how, you know, the rich.
Oh yeah, but what was I saying before that?
You were saying in regards to your public.
Oh, my public, like, right. Yeah. So, like, you know, it's just my parents are somewhat well known in the Riverside area. You know, if you are in the church world, you know who Gregory Thomas is. If you're in
the educational world,
you know who Gregory Thomas is. You know who Eric Square is. She's a principal, you know. And you actually know who I am because I was a cheer coach at North School for years, a head cheerleader, prom queen. You know, I always go back and give back to the community.
I didn't know you were a prom queen.
Yeah, I was the prom queen.
I always wanted the prom queen.
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, I did not expect to win because, like, you know, homecoming and midwinter, I never won anything. I kind of got prom queen by fluke, I think, because like the teachers nominated who could be it, and then like after that it was just like Alicia Thomas, and then like I rode to prom with the prom king, but we weren't each other's dates. But we had in 6th grade Valentine's. Don Gilbert, still love him to death, smart black man, water polo star. You know, oh my god, I thought she was gonna bite me. And so you know, so I just try to keep the lid, and that's why I know my family is thankful that I lucked into this Herbalife deal, right? Because it really, really saved me from a life of public promiscuity. Right? I'm still wild. You know, I still like to have fun. You know, I'm sexually active when I choose to be, when I choose not to be. Like earlier in 2016, there was a point where I was like, I don't want no man. I don't want no sex. I don't want no date.
Hating. You were hating.
Nothing. Right. I was really mad because I had been dating this bum ass nigga. Right. And it took me a year to figure out, after the clouds wore off and the haze of the great sex, and, you know, me knowing him from college and wanting him in college, and then him coming back and wanting me now, and like me still wanting him, and just like all of that click, 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 cling. And then once I was like, oh no, this is not the type of man I want to be with. I want a hustler. I want someone who's
street
goal driven.
Yeah,
you know,
street.
You don't even
bad boy.
I do like the bad boy. I'm not gonna lie, right? Because I'm just like this goody two shoes and, you know, like preppy and white girl, whatever. But like, I want someone who's gonna get out there and get it. Like if we were to get in a situation, I want to make sure that I'm with someone who's not gonna let us struggle. You know, and so he did me wrong, and there's very few things that I ask of people. Don't make me look bad in front of my family if I help you out with the situation. Abide by that. So I helped. My dad was selling his car. He needed a car. I set it up to where he could pay my father payment plans for this car. Wow. This nigga still paid down the car. You know, and it's 2017, and he still thinks that, like, at some point in his lifetime, he could put his piece back inside of me.
Yikes.
And I'm like, no, never happening. Maybe he'll hear this. I'm not going to say your name because I'm nice. You know, but it's not going to happen. And so, right, like, don't tag this on Facebook.
No. We're live, so it don't matter.
It's so...
There's 3,000 people listening to us
oh
right
my
now.
gosh, hello, everyone. And so I just had stepped away from that situation, very heartbroken. And not because he broke my heart or he was cheating or anything, but simply because I was upset with myself, allowing myself to get in a position like that again. Because I had recently gone out of a situation where I was robbed for $4,000. You know, my laptop was stolen before I started school online. Right. You know, and this happens from poor self-esteem issues when you really get to the core of it, right? And so people see this young, happy, smiling girl on Instagram now, but I have 5,000 pictures on Instagram. If you really want to take the time and get to know how this smiling girl came about, scroll through.
Well, let me ask you this. Like I said, I know you're here now in this place today, but how could you ever have low self-esteem? I mean,
oh my God, because Black boys are evil in elementary school.
Okay.
It really started when I was young. So I have a family who always told me I was beautiful and they were like, you should model and da-da-da. But families lie to people all the time. There are unattractive people in the world whose family have told them,
trust me, I have many members. I'm like this. Only your mama could love you.
Right. You know what I mean? And so growing up, catty friends. Friends who had money. So we had money, but we didn't have that type of money, right? And also, and also my parents weren't really into the name brands themselves. Sure. So they weren't into the flashy. And so at some point, my friendships were messed up because of that. So elementary school, I was called Asphalt. I was called Darky, you know, just really mean names. And
I've always loved the dark girl. I don't know what it is.
No.
When I was in 10th grade, I saw this girl, and she's listening. She's probably listening to this show right now.
Hey, girl.
Her name is her nickname was Missy.
Missy.
And first day of school, I got off the bus, and I was with my friend Deka. And I see this girl. She had a hat, dark skin. I mean, she was cute to me. Real funny nose. She always had a very distinctive nose. And I just looked at her, and it was something out of a movie because my jaw just dropped. And I thought that was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen. And I told myself that day, I'm going to marry that girl, or I'm going to get her.
I'm going to get her.
And do you know, that girl hated my guts from the time that Okay, she hated my guts in school. Okay. I would ask her, hey, let's go to the roller rink. Hey, let's go to the movie. You know, we're overseas and stuff like that. She would not go out, and because of my reputation. You know what I mean? I was out there doing my thing. I was doing my thing. I had my curl. You know,
ooh, like curls for the girls.
Yes, curl for the girls. I had my hair was long. I was strong. You know. She would not go out with me. And the funny thing was, she was dating a guy when she was getting ready to leave. She was dating this guy. And I was dating, you know, my girlfriend at the time. And we all knew each other. And it was the last day. It was a football game. And I remember she came to my locker and she had told me, hey, Donovan, I'm leaving, you know, the island. And, you know, I want to say goodbye. And you know, me playing all, so what? I don't care.
She was sad though.
Right. She said, I'll be at the football game. I see her at the football game. And I get on the phone and I call my girlfriend and I say, don't come to this game. Right?
Did your girlfriend show up?
Yes, she did.
Of course she did,
with
because
her
she's a smart ass bitch. Right. Look, listen here. Tell me not to show up somewhere. Right. I'm coming.
There's always this saying, whenever you say, hey, honey, to a black woman, whenever you say, hey, I'm out, she starts getting dressed.
Right. Like, where are we heading?
Right. She just gets dressed.
Oh, I have a story for that.
Okay.
I have a story for that. Oh my gosh.
But this girl goes, and my girlfriend, intervened. I could see the girl coming around the track. You know, I want to talk to her. I wanted to say, hey, you know, I really like you. And my girlfriend crushed me, and I was like stuck with my girlfriend because I really like this girl. And the girl left. I didn't see her for 2 years. Okay. I joined the Air Force. I'm in boot camp. I see her in boot camp 2 years out of the blue.
And you recognized her?
I recognize she has a very distinctive nose, but she didn't recognize me because I don't have my girl no more.
Oh.
So she's like, who the hell are you? And
I'm
following her and stuff like that.
Did you give her a different name?
Yeah, I wish I could have. But we finally, make a long story short, we finally hook up. And it was wonderful. I mean, I still love this girl to this very day. But
Donovan's single.
But the love is different, though. It's like, you know, we grew up together.
Love.
Yeah, we're like friends and stuff like that.
I have friend love.
Like that. So, but we shared a very, very special.
Yes.
And, you know, I remember I told her, remember when we were in high school and you said you would never date me? Yeah.
I dicked you down.
Yeah. I'm the man. So, but I'm serious, dark. I don't know what it is. Something about I was just in love with that girl.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so funny story. High school.
Okay.
love of my life at the time. We ended up dating for 4 years, but he cheated on me with 2 years with this girl I'm about to tell you about. And so my friend, black boating is a thing, right? Just in case y'all didn't know, black people like water and they like big boats with loud sound systems. And so Lake Paris has a black boating day every year. Okay. So I'm getting ready to leave for Florida. This is 2011. And I'm getting ready to leave for Disney College Program. Sure. Well, my boo thing, right, like on and off, been dating since 2009, like cheated on me with this girl, but I still take him back, and I'm, doing my thing, whatever, right? Like stupid drama. So we go, he's at Black Boating Day, but earlier in the day, he tells me that he wants to take me to dinner that night. Okay. I'm like, okay, dope.
McDonald's.
No. He introduced me to Wingstop. Like,
okay,
I'll let you know.
He's a baller.
I would call him Earl, right? Okay. Just in case anybody who's listening who knows me, know him, right? We'll just keep that safe and secret. But Earl, just in case you listen out there, I still have mad love for you, baby. Just never going to be back together. And so Earl lets me know I'm going to take you out that night, right? I was like, dope. So my friend Alexius was like, we're going to Lake Paris. You want to come? Right? So in my head, I'm like, I probably really shouldn't go, but F it. Let's go. Mm-hmm. So I get there, and the first people I see, of course, are them, his family. I say hello, and the white girl is in the water, and she sees me, and she takes off her life vest. Yikes. She throws it on the ground. What the F is this? What are you doing here? Da-da-da-da-da. Going crazy, right? So I'm like chuckling, right, on the surface. But then me and my friends go and sit down, and I'm like crying in the set.
Really?
Oh my God. Because at one point I really loved him. Okay. I was really in love with him. Right. And it bothered me that he wanted to be with this unattractive white woman. That self-esteem. Knocker, right? She was unattractive. I am the first to tell somebody, like, you're cute. Right? Not this one. Now, people will tell you she's cute, but that's just because y'all know her, and that's that.
Right.
You're so beautiful.
Yeah,
no,
you're seeing through the...
No, she's not pretty. But she did have money.
Okay. Well, that makes all the difference,
so now she's pretty, right? So we're at Black Boating, and I'm like crying in the sand, and then finally, like, I'm just like, I can't believe she's here at another family event. She gets to go to everything. And Lexi's like, stop crying. It's gonna be all good. Like, whatever. So his little nephew comes running by. I've been respectful. I don't go over there because I know how to respect people. Just because we don't like each other, I'll be in your face. Like, your nigga saw me, and he knows he asked me on a date tonight. And he knows I just seen him here with you. So everybody knows, right? But you don't know. Right. But him and I know. So his nephew comes running by, and he like comes to get his nephew, right? And he's like, oh, what's up? I'm still Alicia at this point in time. Sure. What's up, Alicia? I'm like, oh, good, chit-chatting, whatever. I'll go quick. And so Quentin's like, oh, talking to whatever. And so then, like, I was like, okay, well, like, I see her walking up, right? I was like, okay, well, I'll see you tonight for dinner. She must... Donovan! Because, earlier in the day, he told me, like, I'm going to Lake Paris. Like, he didn't invite me, though. Oh, but I got my ass to Lake Paris, right? Because why didn't you invite me? Oh, because she's there. Oh, cool. Now she knows I really do still exist, baby. Like, ain't nobody nowhere just because you're here. I wish if I would have been broken off with some of the money, it could have been a different story. If I was getting some of the Coach bags he was getting, he was getting Coach Messenger bags and Coach wallets and Coach... Break the lady off. Like, exactly. What in the heck? So... Yeah, that's a story for that. I'm going here. Wow. Wow. Yeah, my dating has been. We could do a whole.
Hey. Show. Like I said, we are here with Maxon. Maxon is outgoing. She's getting ready to make some moves in life, and I'm telling you, the girl's amazing. We got a second coming up, and we're second 45 minutes coming up, and I know Max has got to go to the bars. But I'm going to ask her to stay for a few more minutes, and we're going to go back
rush.
And pay some bills. That's only 8 o'clock. So
right. It's still early.
Okay. We'll pay some bills on it.